Hello children and viewers. So today my 10th class topic is differences and uses of concave mirror as well as the convex mirror. So before going to learn the differences and uses, so I am going to discuss some important questions related to concave mirror and convex mirror, so which will become in examinations. The first question will be when concave mirror or convex mirror broken into pieces, what happens to its radius of curvature, focal length and image. So the first question is, what happens when spherical mirror broken into several pieces. Nothing but whether the focal length changes or radius of curvature will be changes, whether it can form the complete image or partial image, or whether the intensity of the image will be changes or not, I am going to tell. So for example, so let us consider it is a concave mirror. Here spherical mirror means that is may be concave or convex. Remember, here spherical mirror means that may be concave or convex. So now it is a concave mirror. So when by taking this concave mirror, when I draw the sphere, you get some sphere. So the center of the sphere is called center of curvature, and the midpoint of the mirror is called as what? Pole. The distance between the pole to center of curvature is known as what? Radius of curvature. This already you know. Now it is broken into pieces. For example, consider first piece, the second piece, and the third, fourth and fifth and sixth. How many pieces it will be divided into? 1, 2, broken into 3, 4, 5, 6 pieces. Let us imagine. So when it is broken into 6 pieces, so whether it radius of curvature change or focal length change or the formation of image will be changed, I am going to discuss. So now in these 6 pieces, I am taking only the second piece. So this is the second piece. Actually it is broken into 6 pieces. Now this is second piece. When I take this piece, again by taking this piece, when I draw the sphere, by taking this second piece as a part, and by taking this second piece as a part, when I draw the sphere, it is not coming correctly, so adjust. So when I draw the sphere, by taking the second piece is also when I draw the sphere. So now what changes do you notice, or what cannot be changes do you notice? So you notice that so the center of curvature for this piece is also the same as of the concave mirror. So now the distance between this piece to center of curvature is also called as what? Radius of curvature. That is will be similar to the radius of curvature of the concave mirror, and that is nothing but, so when a spherical mirror is broken into the pieces, first one, what cannot be changes? So radius of curvature r cannot be changes. Why it cannot be changes? So when it is broken into several pieces, by taking the any piece, when you constructed the sphere, you get the same center of curvature and you get the same radius of curvature. And next, so already you know that the focal length is nothing but what? Half of the radius of curvature. So here the radius of curvature is not changes, that's why the focal length f is also not changes. And as well as when you take this piece, whether it can form the complete image of the object or not. Yes, it can form complete image. So every piece can form complete image of object. complete image of object. So but intensity will be changes, but intensity of image changes. So this will be change happen, intensity of image changes. So this can be changed only, intensity of the image will be changed, because the total light which is coming from the object cannot be total light cannot be incident on this piece. That's why the intensity will be changes. But the radius of curvature and focal length and the image will also completely form. R cannot be changes and focal length is also not changed. Remember, it is important. What happens when a spherical mirror broken into the several pieces? And next discussion is, next important is, so when a spherical mirrors or when a concave mirror or convex mirror is kept in water or kept in kerosene or kept in oil, so whether the focal length, the radius of curvature or image will be changes or not. So next question will be the, when a spherical mirror, here spherical mirror means that may be concave or convex. When a spherical mirror kept in water, so what happens to focal length? What happens to focal length? What happens to focal length of spherical mirror? So remember one thing, the spherical mirror focal length only depend upon the radius of curvature. F is only depend on R. If the radius of curvature changes, then only focal length will be changes. So that's why when the spherical mirror is kept in water, for example, let us consider this is the water. So in this water, when I kept the spherical mirror, let us imagine it is a spherical mirror kept in the water. And now this is called the surrounding medium of the spherical mirror. So that's why the focal length cannot be depend upon the surrounding medium of the mirror. Very important. So focal length of mirrors only, spherical mirrors, or it may be plane mirror. Spherical mirror, the focal length of spherical, here spherical means concave or convex mirror. The focal length of spherical mirror cannot be depend on surrounding medium. Surrounding medium. So if the concave mirror is kept in water, so the surrounding medium is water. If the concave mirror is kept in the kerosene, so the surrounding medium is kerosene. So that's why the focal length cannot be depend upon the surrounding medium. It only depends on R. So that's why when the mirror, spherical mirror is kept in water, the focal length cannot be changes. So this is the first, this is the second question. And next we come to the third question. For example, two mirrors are given to you. Two mirrors are given to you, or if the two mirrors are given to you, or they are placed or they are stick to the walls. Let us consider this is the first mirror, and let us imagine this is the second mirror. So they are look like the same. They have the same shape, same size, same radius of curvature, and they look like similar. But in these two, one mirror is the concave mirror and another one is the convex mirror. How can you identify without touching them? So now what is my question? So two mirrors is given to you, and that they are fixed on the wall or pasted on the wall with the help of stickers. So without touching them, how can you identify? So one is the concave and other is the convex. How can you identify? Simple, first of all. So stand nearer to the mirrors or in front of the wall, such that the face of yours will be towards the reflecting surface of the mirrors. What do you have to do? First of all, you have to walk to the nearer to the wall and stand in front of the mirrors. Stand in front of the mirrors, such that your face will be appears in the two mirrors, and nothing but the image of face will be appears in the two mirrors. And check the image of your face. Check the image of your face, and nothing but your face is nothing but object here. So your face is nothing but what here? Object. When you are looking your face in the two mirrors, so in one mirror your face image will be magnified, in some other mirror the image of your face will be diminished. So how many ways the image can be formed in the two mirrors? In one mirror, so your face and nothing but the size of image, the size of image is greater than size of object in one mirror, in these two mirrors. So let us first one, this is the first one, this second mirror. In these two mirrors, in any one of the mirror, the size of image and nothing but the size of your face will be greater than your face, actual face. And second one, the size of image is less than the size of the object. So these two things can be happened in the mirrors. In one mirror, what is happened? So your face image will be greater than your actual face size. In some other mirror, your face image will be less than your actual face size. So in which mirror your size of your face will be, or the size of image will be greater than the size of object? So that mirror will be concave. That mirror will be concave. For example, in this first mirror, so your face size will be appear bigger than your actual face. So now it become what? Concave. And next one, the size of image will be less than the size of your face. So then that will be convex. And after that, so move away from the mirror. When you are moving away from the mirror, so in concave mirror, so your image cannot be formed and your image cannot be appeared. When you are moving away from the mirror, so in the concave mirror, the mirror in which the image will be not appear, that image is concave. And in which mirror your image size will be less compared to your face, and as well as your image will be still appears. So that mirror will be nothing but convex. So this is about the third one. And next to come to the fourth question. And fourth one is the the question will become like this. So f equal to 20 centimeter and f equal to minus 40 centimeter. So f1 equal to 20 centimeter and f2 equal to minus 40 centimeter. So in these two mirrors, so the two mirror focal length are given in the examination. So first mirror focal length is f1 is 20 centimeter, f2 is minus 40 centimeter. Then so which is in these two mirrors, which is the concave mirror and which is the convex mirror? They will ask like this: which is the concave mirror and which is the convex mirror? So generally the concave mirror focal length is negative. Concave mirror focal length is what? Negative, and convex mirror focal length is positive. So that's why which has a positive sign? This. So that's why this belongs to which mirror? Convex. And this belongs to which mirror? Concave. And next come to the next question will be like this. So m equal to plus 2, m equal to minus 1, m equal to 0.5. So what are the significance of these, and what are the significances? What is the significance if m equal to plus 2? What is the significance of m equal to minus 1? What is the significance of m equal to 0.5? They will be give like this. So what is the significance of if m equal to plus 2? What is the significance of m equal to minus 1? What is the significance of m equal to 0.5? They will be give like this. So to write the answers, you have to remember. So the m means here magnification. M means here magnification. So the magnification will be positive if the magnification have the positive sign, or sometimes they doesn't give m equal to simple, they give the they will give 2 only. So m equal to plus, and nothing but here it is positive sign, here is also positive sign, here negative sign. So m equal to plus means, so now the characteristics of the image is nothing but here, so that is the virtual image and erected image. Virtual and erected image. So m equal to minus means, it is the real image and inverted. So remember these 2 points. M equal to magnification positive means, so the image will be the virtual erected. M equal to minus means the image will be the real and inverted. And as well as remember that if m equal to 1, and nothing but after sign they will be give some numbers, or in the form of p by q, and nothing but sometimes only the number will be there, or sometimes the number will be in the form of having numerator and as well as denominator. So if m equal to 1 means, so the height of the image will be equal to height of the object. The height of the image will be equal to height of the object. And next one, if m is less than 1, value, if m is less than 1, so that is nothing but, so the height of the image is less than the height of the object. And if m is greater than 1, remember, so the height of the image is greater than the height of the object. And nothing but if m equal to 1 means what? Size of image equal to size of object. And next to come to the, if m is less than 1, so nothing but size of image is less than size of object. Is it appearing to or not? So if m is, I am writing here, if m is greater than 1, so what is the meaning? M is greater than 1, height of the image is greater than height of object. And what is the meaning? So the size of image is greater than size of object. And nothing but if the size of image is less than size of object means nothing but diminished image. If the size of image is greater than the size of object, magnified image. You have to remember. M positive, virtual erected. M negative, real inverted. So after that you have to observe the number. Check whether it is equal to 1, whether it is less than 1, whether it is greater than 1. So depending upon this thing, so we can guess the image. Now come to here. M equal to 2 means what? Here positive means, so this magnification belongs to whom? Positive means virtual erected. Here M2 is nothing but what? Here virtual and erected. This is the meaning. Here 2 means the size of image will be 2 times to the size of object, and nothing but size of image is equal to 2 times to the size of object. This is the meaning of this m equal to plus 2. Next come to the m equal to minus 1. What is the meaning? Minus means real and inverted image. So the image formed by this pillar is realigned inverted, realigned inverted, realigned inverted. And what is the meaning? One means what? Size of object equal to size of image. Size of object equal to size of image. Size of image. So this is the m equal to -1. Now come to the m equal to 0.5. 0.5 means what? 1 by 2. Simple. 1 by 2. Now it is in the form of numerator and denominator, and having some numerator and denominator. And nothing but here. So the size of image is half to the size of the object. And nothing but here less than 1. Less than 1 means what? Size of image is less than the size of the object. But here which sign will be there? Positive sign. Positive sign means what? Virtual and erected. So the image will be virtual and erected. And come to the size. What is the size here? And 0.5 means what? 1 by 2. And nothing but size of image. Size of image is equal to 1 by 2 of size of object. Size of object. So this is about the m equal to plus and minus having different values. And next come to the differences. Now come to the topic. So differences and uses. So already you know the differences. All differences are completed. Next differences. Only some difference, important difference I am going to discuss. So the differences of concave mirror and as well as what? Convex mirror. So on left hand side I am taking the concave mirror, and right hand side I am taking the convex mirror. Convex mirror. So now what is concave mirror? What is concave mirror? It is a spherical mirror. Both are the spherical mirrors. The concave mirror is nothing but a spherical mirror, and convex mirror is also nothing but a spherical mirror. So concave mirror is nothing but a spherical mirror, so whose inner surface is reflecting surface. The spherical mirror and the spherical mirror whose inner surface is reflecting surface. So this is the definition of concave mirror. And next come to the what is the convex mirror? A spherical mirror whose outer surface, the spherical mirror whose upper surface or outer surface, your choice, upper surface is reflecting surface. And next one, already you know that the concave mirror is a converging mirror, and it will be converge the light. So that's why it is a converging mirror. Now it is a convex mirror is a diverging mirror. It is a diverging mirror. And next one, coming to the focal lengths. So the concave mirror focal length is negative and the convex mirror focal length is positive. And next come to the different types of images formed by the concave mirror and convex mirror. So which type of image form? It can form the both virtual and erected. Nothing but, so it can form, it means here concave. It can form the real and inverted image. Real and inverted image. So here it cannot form real and inverted image. but it can form only virtual and erected image. So now this concave mirror, when the concave mirror can form the virtual image when the object is between pole and focus. That is very important, remember. So the concave mirror only in one situation it can form the virtual image. What is the situation? When the object is between pole and focus, it can form virtual and erected image. So remember, real means inverted. Always you have to remember. Real and inverted. These two are linked. And next, virtual and erected. Virtual and erected image. And next, come to the convex. It can form virtual and erected. It can form virtual and erected. And next, come to the size. It can form the magnified and diminished image. It can form magnified or diminished image. Magnified or diminished image. But when we come to the convex, always it can form the diminished image. It can only form diminished image. It can only form the diminished image. And next, come to the magnification. So the magnification of concave mirror may be positive or negative. And that why? Because it can form the real and virtual. So here M has nothing but positive or negative. Positive or negative. Positive undochu leda negative undochu. But here, so this M is the convex mirror has only the M is positive. So these are the sum of the differences between the concave mirror and convex mirror. So you can also write the sign convention difference also. Next, coming to the uses. Very very important. That is also. These are the differences between the concave mirror and convex mirror. And next, we come to the differences. Next, come to the uses. So that is also very important. Uses of concave. I am writing on left side uses of concave mirror, and right hand side I am writing a US of convex. US of convex mirror. So these are also very important US. You have to remember. The first one. This concave mirror can be used in torchlights, searchlights, headlights of vehicle. For which purpose? To produce the parallel beam of light. And nothing but in that which principle is involved? So when the object is at its focus. And for example here when a light is kept, what happened? So the light which is coming from, and here object is placed where? At the focus. So the light, when the light coming from the object is incident on the concave mirror. So these are the incident rays coming through these are incident rays traveling to the focus. That's why after reflection how they are? So how they are? They are look like parallel beam of light. So that's why the concave mirror can be used in the torchlights, searchlights, headlights of vehicle. For which purpose? To produce the parallel beam of light. So that is the first use. So what is the first use? It can be used in So first one, torch. It can be used in torch lights. And second one is the searchlights. And the third one is the headlights of vehicle. Headlights of vehicle. Headlights of the vehicles. So for which purpose? To produce parallel beam of light. To produce the parallel beam of light. This is the first use. And let's come to the second use. So this is when this the object is at the focus, it can produce the parallel beam of light. For example, if the object is between pole and focus, this is very important. The object is between pole and focus. It can form the what happened? Virtual image and as well as erected image. Virtual, erected, magnified. Virtual, erected, magnified. So virtual, erected, magnified, and nothing but if you want to see the bigger image. So that can be, for example, when gents are when they are doing the shaving, so they will use a mirror. So that is nothing but a shaving mirror. So when you go to the ENT doctor or dentist doctor, so they will use a mirror. So that is which mirror? Concave mirror. That is a concave mirror. So in that your teeth image will be appears bigger than its actual size. Or some infection takes place at the throat. So they will also see in bigger size, or as well as in ears. So what is the second use? It can be used as first one, shaving mirror, shaving or makeup mirror. For ladies makeup, for gents shaving mirror or makeup mirror. And next the dentist mirror. What is the purpose? Used as a shaving or makeup dentist mirror to produce magnified image. And come to the last use. So I want to concentrate the sunlight at a particular point. And nothing but now where the object is at the infinity. But in the case of the torchlight, searchlight, the object is at the focus. So in this second use, the object is between pole and focus. And next coming to the third use. In the third use, where is the object? At infinity, but where the image is found at the focus, and all the sunlight rays are concentrated at a point, it can produce the heat. That's why it can be used as a solar cooker. So what is the third use? It can be used to concentrate. It can be used to concentrate sunlight to produce heat. So and nothing but it can be used as a solar cooker, which is used in solar cooker. This can be used in this is the principle involved in the solar cooker. What is the principle involved in the solar cooker? So when a parallel beam of light is incident on the concave mirror, after reflection they will be concentrated at a particular point, that is the entity at the focus. That is the principle involved in the solar cooker. What is the principle involved in the torchlight, searchlight, headlights? When the object is at the focus, so it can be form the parallel beam of light. That is the principle involved in the concave mirror. What is the principle involved in the shaving mirror or dentist mirror? When the object is between pole and focus, it can be form the virtual, erected, magnified image. And next we come to the concave mirror. So generally the concave mirror can be used as a rear view mirror. Rear means back, and a back side ఉన్న వాటిని చూడడం కోసం యూజ్ చేస్తారు. So what is the first use of the concave mirror? It can be used as rear view mirror. rear view mirror. This is very important. This also rear view mirror. So used in vehicles, rear view mirror. And next coming to the second one. Coming to the the second one. For example, in the case of the second case, so for example, when we go to the shops or in the shop, you can observe some mirrors are there. The shop manager can be use some mirrors. So they can't to observe the total room of the shop, nothing but total shop. For example, a shop is there in a room. So he doesn't have a time to watch total room. Simply he arrange a mirror so in front of him. So that is which type of mirror? Convex mirror. So under nothing but, so the convex mirror used as a what? Shop security mirror. Shop security mirror. It can be used as shop security mirror by shop owners. So these are the use of what? Convex mirror, and this is the use of the concave mirror and convex mirror. So this is our today topic. So please share my channel and subscribe my channel, watch my channel.